Welcome to the Altair SimLab tutorial. In this tutorial, we will see how to set up a solution. Let's consider a small example of a crankshaft. Let's see the problem description. In this, we will see how to create a solution, how to create a load case, how to create a solver setting, how to check for the solver help, how to set a solution folder, how to view a log file, and how to export and import the file. So let's see how to create a solution. So before that, let's open a GDF file. Go to File, Import, select Database, enter the file path and select the GDF file and click Open. So now let's see how to create a solution. You can go to the solution menu directly, click on the structural solution, select the type of solution that you require, example coupled. You can select the bodies and click OK. Or you can also create different types of solutions, which is thermal flow. You can create particle flows, you can create electromechanics, optimization, etc. So this is one of the method to create a solution directly from ribbon. The second method is you can go to the solution browser, right click on the solution and say create solution. You can then select the type of solver that you are looking for, say example OptiStruct, and also select the type of solution that you are going to work with. And then you can select the bodies and click OK. Now you can see that in the solution browser, the solution has been created. So this is another method of creating the solution. So you can change the type based on your requirement, and you can also change the solution simulation based on the solution that you're working on. Now let's see how to create a load case. Right click on the solution, say define using load case. You can see that the load case has been created and you can rename the load case. Here you can see that we are creating a linear statics. So I'm just renaming the load case as linear static. So if you want to create another load case, you can again right click on the load case and say create load case. You can see that the load case 2 has been created, and also the type can be changed based on the requirement. Okay, and this is how you can create multiple load cases. Now let's see the solver settings. These are the global settings. So you can right click on the settings and say solver settings. So based on the simulation what you selected, the solver settings will be displayed. Here it is for the linear static. So you can set for the check LE, and also you can set for the auto SPCs here, and rest of the parameters, whatever has been required for the solution, can be set here. Now let's see how to create the result request. You can right click on the settings, say result request. Here you can request for the displacement, reaction forces, elemental internal forces, the stresses and strain. And again, this is based on the solution that you have selected, and it changes based on the solution type that you have selected. Then let's see how to define the format and execute option. Here you can set the units. You can also write the linear element. You can give the number of processes based on the system, and you can set this format and execute option. Now you can also create the individual load case settings. You can right click on the setting and say create load case setting, and similar the result request also can be created for the individual load cases. So before proceeding to the next options, let's create few boundary conditions on the model. So let's go to the analysis, select the constraint option, and create the appropriate constraint required for the RPs. So let's create it for the individual RPs as shown here. And make sure you're selecting the selection entity as the RPE node center. Now let's create loads, which is a force at one of the RPs. which is along the x-axis, which is the negative x-axis, and you can apply the value and click OK. So the boundary conditions has been applied. Now let's just check for the solver help. You can go to the analysis page. You can just drag the arrow mark and you'll see that there is an option called solver help. So you can click on the solver help. And it goes to the help page once you open it, and you can search for any of the help option that is required for your details. This is how you can look for the solver help. Now let's set the solution folder. You can right click on the solution and see the solution folder. You can select either the scratch folder, the data space folder, or set selected folder. So the folder which you have created, you can select that folder for the results that will be added to that folder. Now you can right click on the test results and click update to run the simulation. While running, you can view the solver log file by saying right click on the results, and you can view the solver log file also. It will give you all the details of the simulation which is running behind. Now right click on the results and you can review the result folder by clicking on saying open result folder. Now if you want to kill the simulation, you can right click on the results and say kill solving and click yes. So the simulation will stop running. Now let's see how to export the file. You can right click on the solution and say export the solver input file. You can enter the file name as a .fm file based on your solver that you have selected, and you can export the solver input file. Similarly, you can go to file, import, and select the solver input file that you want to import it, and you can select the solver here based on the solver so that you have selected, and select the fm file, and you can open the solver input file.